The Flybird Adjustable Weight Bench is by far my favorite home adjustable bench that I've used in my workouts, and after 1 year, there's only one major issue that may keep you from wanting to buy one yourself. So the Flybird Adjustable Weight Bench is just that. It is a bench you can use in your home workouts that adjusts in 7 different back positions and 3 seat positions. Because the backrest can change to 7 positions, it goes from around a 95-degree angle all the way down to a 250-degree angle, maybe if you want to do something like decline bench pressing or crunches while using the bench. And it can hold up to 620 pounds of weight. And I know most of you using this at home won't be using really heavy weights, so for the most part this will work for the average person just training from their home gyms. And what is also nice is that it is made of 2-inch foam padding, so throughout both the seat and that backrest, it is very comfortable to use throughout. So how do I actually use the bench in my home workouts? So for me, it really is only ever used when I'm working with my adjustable dumbbells. And for me, I currently have the Core Fitness adjustable dumbbells. I'll put a link in the description as well. And these dumbbells go from 5 to 50 pounds. So it's 100 pounds total if I use both at once at 50, meaning that I'm only reaching about 280 to 285 pounds of resistance, way below the 620 limit that is listed on the product. Now the bench works very well in both my full body workout and upper lower split I recently did, so I will link those in the description below, but make sure you check them out if you want to see what a full workout looks like with this bench. So with that, let's jump into the pros of the Flybird Adjustable Weight Bench after now using it for 1 year. So probably the biggest pro I have for the Flybird Adjustable Weight Bench is that I can easily take it out of my closet and set it up within seconds to get going with my workouts. All you need to do is take it out of the closet, so I can simply just pick it up. It's not that heavy overall, put it where I want in the room, and then all I have to do is remove a pin selector, expand the actual bench, then put that pin back in, as that's what actually adds integrity to the bench so it doesn't just collapse on you, and then put the backrest where I want and the seat positioning to do the exercise that I have for that workout. And to go along with that, when I'm done with the workout, instead of having a giant mess in my office, and that's where I work out, I can quickly fold it up. I can even take out that pin, fold it, put the pin in the 2 slots above, and then pick it up, put it back in the closet, and I'm done again, probably like 15-20 seconds total. So another pro I have is that it can withstand 620 pounds. I did cover this earlier, and for me, since I come in at around 180 to 185 pounds, depending on the day or the morning, using my adjustable dumbbells, those only go to 50 pounds each, as the ones I'm using right now. So that's only an additional 100 pounds. So at max, it's 285 pounds, which is well below the max limit that's set on the bench of 620. And also this bench is great for my height. So I am 5 feet 11 inches tall. So if you're around that height, around 6 feet maybe, this is a great bench for you. Now I'd say anyone below around 5'7", 5'6", this bench is probably going to be too short, and that's because of the height of the bench, which I'm going to get to in my cons. But just know if you're below that height, I'd probably look for a different bench. Now, anyone maybe above 6'3" might find the bench to just be too small, but I still think it would work for you even at that height. And now jumping over into the cons list. So the first con I have is what I mentioned in the pros, where the seat is too high off the ground, coming in at 21 inches off the ground. This is very high for a bench. And if you're someone, again, even at my height, it just feels a little awkward to sit this high off the ground and get your feet into a stable position, especially when doing exercises like a bench press with dumbbells. It's also not great for stability of the bench, because if I'm doing something like hip thrusts and I don't have it up against a wall, it feels like it's just gonna fall right over if I'm not really careful. So that is where I think if they lowered it just a few more inches around that 17 to 18 inch height, and maybe even extended the base pieces for the bench itself, just to make it a little more stable, that would make this bench absolutely perfect in my opinion. So I still love this bench overall, but if they made just those little changes, I think it would really make this bench almost impossible to beat for a home gym. My next con is that when you fold the bench to store and put into your closet, if I put the feet completely together so there's no gap between them, and I try and stand it up, it'll actually just fall over on me. So I think just the padding on each side is a little weighted on one side versus the other, making it unstable and just kind of fall down. So make sure if you do buy this bench and you're trying to put it away and you put it in a vertical position, that you slightly separate the feet of the bench. That way it can support itself instead of just falling over. So a minor con, but one nonetheless. And then the last con I have is that the bench only supports 620 pounds. So while I put that in my pro as well, if you are someone who might be working out in like a garage style gym, so I'm doing like a simple office gym with just dumbbells, but if you are using barbells and you're someone who's really strong and able to push a lot of weight, maybe you weigh like 200 pounds but can bench like close to 400-ish, that's where you're coming into the realm of this bench is not a good idea. So if you're doing like powerlifting or something like that, definitely do not buy this bench if you are someone doing those kind of competitions. Only buy this bench if you are doing something like what I'm doing, where you're using lighter weights on your benching in order to just get fit from home, but you're not really competing in a sport. So with that, would I buy the Flybird Adjustable Weight Bench again? And the answer hasn't changed based on my previous videos on this, and that is a definite yes. Of course, I want those small changes where I'd like to see it drop down to that 17 to 18 inch height, because I really hate it being at 21 inches. And I would also like to make those legs on the bottom just a little longer so you get a little bit more stability. That way I don't always have to prop it up against a wall. So right now when I ever do like hip thrusts again, I'm always putting it up against a wall so I don't push it and have it fall over, because it's not the most stable product in the world when it's up at that 21 inches. So I hope Flybird sees this video, takes that into account, and makes a shorter version so that it fits better for most people, as I have seen a lot of complaints regarding that seat height. But with that, if you'd like to see a full body and upper lower workout, I have two right here that have the bench in use for each one of these exercises. And again, I am using this all of the time when using dumbbells, so it has held up very well for the past year. But with that, we're at the end of the video, so remember to be fit and game on.